Did you know NBA YoungBoy was recently moved to a lower security prison in Alabama as he gets ready to be released? Another inmate even saw him walking into the new cell block. NBA YoungBoy's prison sentence was reevaluated after some smart moves by his lawyer. Things got wild on the day of his court hearing when a crazy fan hacked into the Zoom call and started yelling "Free YoungBoy" in front of everyone.
Free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay.
Free YB.
All right. Mr. Golden's case is already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB.
Free YB.
Free YB.
NBA YoungBoy walked into the courtroom smiling and laughing after hearing the fan shouting from outside. When NBA YoungBoy walked in, he had to sign a legal form confirming that he understands English. He also noted that his education level is up to the 8th grade. Then, the sentencing began. The judge started by reading the charges written by the prosecutors. They said that on March 10th, 2021, NBA YoungBoy was arrested and charged with 2 crimes. One count of being a convicted felon in possession of a firearm, and another count for having a gun that wasn't registered in the National Firearms Registration System. He was reportedly filming a music video on a quiet street in a safe neighborhood. He and several friends were playing loud music, dancing on a car, and waving guns in the air. An older woman who lived nearby called the police, saying she was concerned about the men waving firearms around. When officers showed up, they arrested NBA YoungBoy right away, especially because of how many times he's been arrested in the past.
So yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, that was shown. And it was very interesting because the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me? That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, big dog, you up right now. I didn't do nothing. You could search me. I got nothing on me. Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were gonna go and start taking footage from music videos and said, you held in a music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're gonna face 3 to 5 years. No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good long look on what's going on there.
During the arrest, the cameraman realized NBA YoungBoy wasn't supposed to be holding a gun, so he quickly tried to remove the SD card to delete the footage. But the police took the camera without getting legal permission. They were able to recover the video showing YoungBoy holding the gun. In court, his lawyer argued that the footage was taken illegally and shouldn't be used. Unfortunately, the argument didn't work. It was later announced that NBA YoungBoy lost his appeal, and now the prosecutors are allowed to use that footage against him in court.
Update on NBA YoungBoy. He lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be a is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the 5th Circuit United States Court of Appeals. The 5th Circuit said, you know what, we have a different decision and we're gonna say that the government can use that evidence. It is gonna be allowed in the case. Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. One, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. 2, you gotta go to the government and say, look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve and think about doing a plea bargain? Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them. He's previously beaten a federal.
It was that footage on the SD card that ended up sending NBA YoungBoy to prison. In court, things got emotional. People started crying when the judge gave a heartfelt speech. The judge told NBA YoungBoy he had a lot of talent and potential, that it was being wasted because of his struggles with addiction. He wished him the best and hoped for a better future after he's released.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you.
Anything
Thank you, Your
further?
Honor. That's all I have, if I
Okay.
could excuse.
You may.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
A few weeks later, NBA YoungBoy's lawyer shared an update saying, "We finally wrapped up YoungBoy's case. He got 23 months, but with credit from another case in Louisiana, he should be out in 3 to 4 months." Not long after, official jail records showed his release date as July 27, 2025, but things quickly changed. A lawyer broke down YoungBoy's Louisiana case, the same one his lawyer mentioned. Turns out YoungBoy skipped a court appearance for an out-of-state case. Since it involved crossing state lines, the FBI got involved. They started watching his mansion in Louisiana. Then, out of nowhere, YoungBoy was seen opening his gate and driving off. The FBI followed him onto the highway, and when they signaled him to pull over, he stopped, but only for a second. As an agent walked up, YoungBoy hit the gas and sped off. During the chase, he swerved through traffic, exited onto a regular street, and eventually pulled into a parking lot. That's when the chase went on foot. Dressed in designer shoes, skinny jeans, and diamond chains, YoungBoy ended up running through the backyard of a fan's house. The fan even recorded him and shouted, "Run faster!" But it didn't help. YoungBoy was quickly surrounded, arrested, and taken away in a police car.
You want to talk to us? Tell us what happened, or
As soon as
no?
we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs, okay? But
yeah, I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably if I haven't committed a crime or done nothing.
Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
Okay, no voluntary statement.
Hey, he's not willing to give
So,
a statement.
any statement, any voluntary statement?
No, sir. Mr.
No,
Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be in.
These were some serious charges against YoungBoy, things like speeding, resisting arrest, and more. The judge didn't go easy on him. But when you've got millions of dollars, you can afford top-tier lawyers. Thanks to his legal team, he was granted bond and released from jail. The bond details were as follows.
YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor, but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state, from circuit. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
But here's what many people don't even know. This case was put on hold for NBA YoungBoy's potential on being NAM dropped in the Lil PAB case, or even the King Von passing away case. Lawyers online noted they didn't want NBA YoungBoy ever being free again, placing a speed racing case on hold while they investigated the passing of King Vow, as police files read that YoungBoy dropped his hit song titled Bring the Hook in 2020 to Dizing Alauk and King Vow DJ Academics, then even tweeted, NBA YoungBoy's on Demon Time right now, and he's about to drop in another tape. Old block rapper L responded that ain't no Demon Time. He's just rapping like the rest of these rappers all rap, confirming there was a strong beef between NBA YoungBoy and people from Oblock. Even NL Choa responded saying, I stamped that, meaning it was a worldwide beef. NBA YoungBoy even confirmed it by dropping his hit song, No. Like I know, rapping the lyrics, I bet your mama be destroyed when we send you. To God for making those statements, choosing sides about my beef with them boys. I guess you could say I was your favorite, as when NBA YoungBoy was arrested just a year ago at that time, and Choa released a song titled Free YoungBoy. Then after, YoungBoy sneak dissed him back. He then changed his title to just YoungBoy as in Choa, then even went on an academics podcast to share this.
He's not able to defend his name, bro, and it be a lot going on within his name about him, when to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude, and it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, he came to a person as a...
Heard that, what'd you think?
It was funny to me. I feel like, it's not serious when it hit the net. It's funny. It's just entertainment to me.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
But here's where it gets scary, as when JD Youngin passed away, many looked at like NBA YoungBoy and his crew as responsible. This even also gave the feds the idea that YoungBoy is putting money on a lot of rappers' heads that he doesn't get along with, as at first JD Young and NBA YoungBoy were cool. We even saw them talk in a DJ Vlad interview where Jay said,
"Me and YoungBoy, soon we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon and put on for our state, because when we do, I feel like this is gonna be one of the hardest collaborations ever."
But not long after the two had dropped their collab song titled Up With Me, then the two eventually fell out after JD Young and shared a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy song on Instagram, where YoungBoy responded in the comments, "Delete this now. I don't even know how you got my song, Jay?" Then spoke on the situation weeks later, saying he's not going to take disrespect from anyone.
"I'm a real and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me."
Then followed up speaking on NBA YoungBoy with a song titled 38K, where he would say, "You put that comment on my post, they laughed about it. But I was laughing when your baby mama was on me," where there was photos of Jada Young linking up with one of NBA YoungBoy's baby moms, but in return, YoungBoy allegedly tried to catch JD Young and Lakin in the street. Right after the altercation was done, YoungBoy then recorded,
"You be hiding. We real headhunters, man. Come on, man. Open their mouth, came to what they was, man. Oh."
As according to the feds, when they do their own investigation, it seemed as if every rapper that NBA YoungBoy beefed with would then ultimately sadly pass away, making them have to investigate further to see what truly goes on.